Hello and welcome to Driving in France. France, with its pretty towns and beautiful countryside, is a popular place for tourists. While trains are a great way to travel, driving lets you explore hidden places at your own speed. Before you start your French road trip, it's important to know the driving rules. This guide will teach you everything you need to know to drive safely on French roads. Driving in France can be a wonderful experience. Imagine driving down a sunny road with vineyards all around you. But a little planning can make your trip much smoother and more fun. By understanding the rules of the road and being prepared, you can relax and enjoy every moment of your French adventure. Remember, driving in a new country can be very different from what you're used to. Take some time to learn the rules and customs in France, and you'll be ready for anything on the road. So buckle up, and let's learn about driving in France. First, let's talk about driver's licenses. If you have a driver's license from the European Union or European Economic Area, you're all set. You can use your own license in France. Just make sure it hasn't expired. But if your license is from outside the EU or EEA, you'll need an international driving permit along with your regular license. An IDP is like a translation of your driver's license into different languages. It helps the French police understand your driving qualifications. You can get an IDP from your local automobile association before your trip. It's always best to be prepared. Now let's talk about insurance. You must have insurance that covers other people if you have an accident in France. You can usually get this insurance from the company you rent your car from or from your insurance company at home. Keep your insurance papers with you while driving, just in case. When you're driving, it's important to know the French road rules. Like most of Europe, people drive on the right side of the road in France. This might feel strange if you're used to driving on the left, so be extra careful, especially at intersections. A very important rule is priorité à droite. This means priority to the right. Cars coming from your right have the right of way at intersections, unless there's a sign that says otherwise. This rule applies even if there are no signs, so always be ready to let cars coming from the right go first. Police are strict about speed limits in France, so watch the signs carefully. In towns and cities, the speed limit is usually 50 kilometers per hour. On smaller roads outside of towns, it's 80 kilometers per hour. Bigger roads have a limit of 110 kilometers per hour, and highways called autoroutes have a limit of 130 kilometers per hour. If it's raining, the speed limits might be lower, so drive slower when it's wet. Driving in Paris can be tricky, even for experienced drivers. There's often a lot of traffic, especially during rush hour, so be prepared to wait. Parisian drivers are known for driving quickly and confidently, so pay attention and be ready for anything. A good way to avoid the stress of driving in Paris is to use the city's public transportation. The subway and buses are easy to use and can take you anywhere you need to go. If you do decide to drive in Paris, remember that parking is hard to find. Parking on the street is expensive and there aren't many spots, so try to park in parking garages. Read parking signs carefully because the rules can be complicated and change depending on where you are and what time it is. When driving in Paris, be careful and patient. The streets are narrow and there are lots of one-way streets, so plan your route ahead of time and give yourself extra time. Remember that there are people walking everywhere, so watch for crosswalks and always let people cross the street safely.